This week's question comes from Shane, who asks...
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but did you know that I've actually spent a lot of time out in Seattle?
Is that true?
That wasn't a question.
It was a terrible question.
I didn't know that.
Let me finish the damn question.
That wasn't okay.
That was a statement.
It was a precursor.
Finish. That was a preliminary to my real question. Now,
Okay, continue.
there's this tiny little coffee joint out there called Starbucks. Have you guys tried it yet?
Oh, where's it located?
Everywhere.
Is it like in Pike, or is it like California Avenue?
Like there's a coffee shop nearby. Might it be that one?
It's probably that one.
Okay.
You know,
I don't know, is that
it's
like a
probably
little
that
like
one.
mom and pop type establishment or what?
There's probably one across the street too.
Oh, you're talking about the two ones across from each other.
Correct. That place.
Yeah. Okay. I've seen it. I haven't been in it.
Okay. Yeah.
All I
should
know
go.
is that it's
really good.
Their creepy fucking
really,
logo.
It's really, really good if you want really overrated coffee. But they do have a really good selection.
Is that place that, like, when I drive into downtown, its creepy fucking logo stares at me?
That's the exact place.
That is actually, he's actually like talking the truth here because they have their headquarters and like half the logo is like, they only have half the logo all around the side of this huge like skyscraper thing, and it's just like her peeping over the building. Like it's so fucking creepy.
It's basically a giant call to Seattle being like, drink Starbucks.
Yeah.
Right, but did you see the original Starbucks logo where you can see her boobs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like,
Starbucks
she's
hits every day.
She's holding like her tail apart.
That's hot.
Get in on this Starbucks mermaid cooter.
Get some coffee, fuck a mermaid.
I'm into that shit. So wait, what was the question? Did I miss it?
Have we had
Have you been
Starbucks?
there?
Have we had Starbucks? I did once.
Yeah, I've actually only had it once.
I didn't even like Starbucks
Wait,
in
is that an
Minnesota,
actual answer?
so-
Because I've had it so many times since we've
Yeah,
been
no.
there.
My actual answer is I've never had it in Seattle, and I've had it once in Minnesota, and that was the only time I've ever been to a
fucking up.
Starbucks.
Seriously, how have you had it once in Minnesota but not in Starbucks?
Well, I mean, I don't like.
Wow. not
I don't like
Seattle.
coffee. I like how it tastes, but then I have a really big stomachache afterwards, so I decide not to do it anymore.
That's why you gotta drink the girly shit, Ben.
Dude, green tea frappuccino.
okay. That was the
Hell yeah,
one of the
Sam.
things that I had from
Hell yeah.
Starbucks, and that was okay, but like it's not coffee, so I'm not going to drink something that's fake.
Shane, what do you get at Starbucks?
I get. Hang on one second.
What? Does he need to know?
I
Look it up.
He's
I get a
actually
lot of
at the
stuff
drive-thru of
from
Starbucks right now.
What would I get from Starbucks right now?
Yeah.
Well, it's midnight, so I would probably get a vanilla bean frappuccino just because it has 0 caffeine.
Oh, that sounds
But
horrible.
if we're talking like 8 in the morning, I'm getting about 8 to 10 shots of espresso on ice with a tiny little bit of cream in it.
That's my man.
Otherwise,
See-
I drink a lot of white girl coffee.
Hell yeah.
I only ever
So-
drink coffee black.
So
You're racist.
Starbucks is a waste of time for you then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, their coffee's
Yeah, absolutely.
okay black. So I usually go to, like, Caribou, but that doesn't exist out here, so I have to go to Dunkin' or something.
Ryan?
Dunkin'
There's
Brothers
no
is
Dunkin'
good, too.
Donuts out here.
Yeah,
I mean,
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme. Their coffee rocks.
I worked at Dunkin' Donuts, and my ex-girlfriend worked at Starbucks.
Did you guys
Teach you
fuck?
about that.
Did you guys fight a lot?
Did you guys fuck a lot? How many times did you guys fuck? Like, just a round estimate.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know, like 500?
500 times?
Probably.
It's like, I don't
Hell
fucking
yeah,
know.
dude. He counted. It's exactly 500.
You kept the log.
It's 500 and a half technically, but like...
Doesn't everybody do that?
Let me check the notebook.
Yeah. All of my girlfriends one time, and then I leave them. Oh.
Is that what the movie The Notebook is about?
Yes.
Kinda.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
Except
have.
somebody gets cancer and it's done.
Also, we have Ryan on the podcast. If we didn't say that, because he's talked a couple times, so we never really mentioned. He's back this week.
Are we going to
this
do
is,
introductions?
Yeah, let's do introductions.
Yeah, this is Sadcast Seattle episode Who Gives a Fuck. My name's Varric. Over here we got Ben.
Hi.
And then there's James here.
Morty.
And then we got Sam.
I don't know, Rick.
Returning again this week is Ryan.
Yo, what up, what up, what up?
And our
And-
very special guest
Via satellite feed.
via satellite. Fancy shit. We have Shane Olson, formerly of The Following. Say hi to the kids, Shane.
I'm still in the following for another
they're-
month and a half.
For now.
So.
Yeah, but you're
done
just
yet.
the bassist, so it doesn't really matter anymore.
Wow, fuck you. You played bass in We Are the Block.
Hey, we're not talking about that right now. At least we were good.
Wow.
Well, we're off to a good start.
Hell yeah.
We're all here exclusively to talk shit about The Following, right?
Pretty much.
I mean,
Except for me.
Except for
Yes.
Shane?
And mostly me, though.
Yeah.
well, I think you're here so that we can do it like without remorse.
Right.
Yeah, or
It's
you
not-
can actually
it's not behind
you
your
can actually
back.
say something, unlike last week where
That's
Sam
true.
talked about me for about 2 minutes and then just kind of gave up.
Yeah, well, like everybody else in the room felt uncomfortable because I was just talking shit about local bands.
It just kind of popped out of nowhere. It was like no context.
That's what
Like we were talking about, vacuums and stuff. By the way, fuck the following. Just wanted to throw that out.
I mean,
there.
if you guys don't listen to the podcast or know anything about Insomniac and the following, we've had this like rivalry, whether it's real or fake, who knows? But it all started a long time ago with the video that we made, making fun of their shitty music video, and since then we've had this rivalry, and it's been super fun. And now they're finally breaking up, thank God. Next month or a little over a month, and
March 4th?
March
I think.
4th, yeah.
Yes, March 4th.
That's their last show. Shouts out.
I worked on that poster long enough to know.
I'm flying from Seattle to Minnesota to go see it.
Yeah, you fucking moron. Why would you do that?
Because I fucking hate the following, and I'm gonna boo you guys.
I like how you're
I'm gonna
like,
boo you out of existence. Get it? In existence, out of existence. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, except we're
I
gonna
like
fall
how-
in darkness after that show. That was bad.
That was pretty
really
bad, just
I'm
like your
sorry.
fucking music. Anyway,
I like how you fucking just like, why would you come and support my band, you shit?
Hey, I'd go if I had a bunch of money I could just spend on flying around places.
I have a legitimate question for Shane here. Okay,
What up?
Shane,
Yes.
how much? How do I put this? The following's breakup. How much of it was caused by Insomniac?
99 and a half, about 99.5%.
hell yeah.
Okay.
So what's the other 0.5?
The other 0.5 is Jason tours all the time. Chris is getting married. I work
Lame.
nights. Cody does Cody stuff.
So
And Clay wants to move
Man.
to London.
If I had a penny for every time a guy named Chris getting married was the reason for something I like stopping.
but to be clear, it was mostly Insomniac's fault.
Mostly, yeah. I mean, 99.5%.
Okay. I really wanted it to be our fault. You guys are breaking up, and now we have it on recorded record.
Thank
Also,
God.
might I add that it's
Yeah.
our fault that Chug Chug Wob's breakup wasn't as cool as it was supposed to be.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, we
That was
talked
a
about that.
Total jerk move on Sam's part.
It was an accident.
Sorry, fault,
Anywho,
Sam.
there is one thing I need to know, and I feel like this is on everybody's mind here. Okay, so you started the following, and you were the vocalist. Then your screamer quit, and then Cody Crook got in the band. Then you moved to bass because your bassist quit, and now he's singing a lot and screaming a lot. Is the reason the following breaking up is because Cody's a better vocalist than you, and you're mad about it?
No. Actually, yeah.
I knew it, dude.
No, it's not. Because, Sam, we just discussed this. Insomniac is the reason
Oh yeah, sorry.
why the following is breaking
I
up.
totally spaced that part out.
Yes, Ryan.
Like, if that was really the reason.
Are you joking?
Jesus fucking Christ!
Wait, what's your name?
Ben.
Oh shit. Okay, Ryan.
Ryan raised his hand and everything.
Oh,
And you
sorry.
just went right
I'm
in.
at the control center trying to make sure this thing doesn't fall apart, so I can't look at you guys.
I hope your guy
My
falls
bad.
apart.
Who is the following?
Oh, Ryan doesn't know who the following is because he's not from here.
I hear it a lot
there.
on all the Sadcasts that I listen to because.
Have you never listened to the following?
It
No,
doesn't
actually.
matter. You don't
I don't
need
think I
to.
have.
You should.
We should pull
Someone
up
give
their
me some
music video or
headphones.
something.
Yeah.
The good one, not the shitty one.
I'll look it up.
Are we looking it up right now?
Well, don't do the speakers because then you're gonna hear it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, we don't want our fucking listeners to be subjugated to that bullshit.
right. So, if you need to know about the following, they have a song called 96, and they call it Out Came the Wolves just to help people.
We are being fucking ruthless right now.
Oh man.
That's a different.
I'm like on my
band.
phone
I've
trying to
heard-
figure out what
I've
the
heard
fucking.
that.
Are you
song was.
insinuating the following is signed?
Yes, they are. Turns out they're not breaking up.
Nailed it.
Yeah, are
right.
you guys just like at your final show, like right before the end? So it's
Wait.
like, by the way, guys, April Fools, we're actually signed to Rise Records.
April Fools, it's a singled out reunion.
Somebody give me the name of a song I can find on YouTube.
It is the following, and then look up Life Light. And if you see Dead Thoughts, don't click on it. You're welcome.
Don't do that. Yeah, that's a really bad music video.
You know, we
I'm
pulled it up
watching
on
it.
the screen right here, and Ryan's gonna listen to it in his headphones, so he's gonna be gone for a little bit. But just watching it on the screen right here, it's not as bad as I remember. It was just really the storyline that was really fucking weird.
Yeah.
It felt like it was not as thought out as it could have been.
we
Dead
put that
thought out.
together in about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Basically, on the drive from Bloomington to
Sounds like us trying
Mankato,
to-
we kind of put it all together.
All right.
That sounds like us putting our song together last minute when we went to Johnny.
I mean, for the price we paid for it, we're happy with it, but it's not a good music video by any means.
It's not bad though.
Am I supposed to?
I mean,
I've seen worse.
Should I
The
be
editing is really
commentating?
good and
I
everything.
thought
Shit
like
while I watch
the Lifelight one is a lot more like color to it
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff.
Well, the thing with Dead Thoughts is like I said, we're happy with the price we paid for it, and it's shot really well. Just the storyline is just god fucking awful.
It's a little awkward.
Yeah.
That's why we had to make fun of it just a little bit in that one video, which started
That's
the
one of the
rivalry.
reasons I don't want to necessarily, I don't know who did it, but like you give them some gold and like, would you make me some gold? And maybe the results might not be the best.
Fair.
Like we almost threw some complete trash at Johnny Frank. Last
Oh,
minute, we're
God.
like, we gotta rewrite this.
Like,
Yeah,
we're
J-Bag
driving
was
there,
bad.
and Ben and I are like, "Yo, what if we just took this part of this song and added it to there?" And everyone's like, "That sounds like a lot better idea."
I don't
we,
know why, but it worked.
We
It was
almost
bad.
came back with a breakdown song.
Yeah, it was almost as bad as the following.
Yeah, but
I wish I was lying.
thankfully, everybody will have to wait until our new album comes out in order to hear it.
So Shane,
What was it like for you guys recording with Johnny Frank?
yeah,
Johnny was cool, but his dad was a lot cooler.
There we go. That's the
That's what
moneymaker.
everyone says.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, if Phil
Pretty
didn't
sure
come
that's our
downstairs and
answer.
play accordion for you, then you had a 2 out of 10 experience.
He played accordion Christmas carols for us. It was
And then some
Oh, yeah,
Irish
we,
folk songs.
We went to a Memorial Day barbecue with Phil and Renee.
Oh,
that's
goddamn!
awesome.
That's way cooler than what we did.
Did you guys go
Yeah.
to Steak and Shake?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
good.
Did you guys
But,
go
you
to
know,
the 8-Bit
Steak
Bar and Grill?
Steak and Shake isn't important compared to Skyline Chili.
Ooh.
Wait, we didn't go to that.
Wait,
did
sounds-
we?
that
wait, what
sounds
the hell
fun.
is Skyline Chili? Why wasn't I invited?
Are you a fan of chili dogs?
I like everything
yeah.
that's chili.
Yeah, James
Yeah,
loves
everything.
chili.
My dad's
Okay.
won 4 chili cook-offs.
We have the
If you-
chili-o-meter on the fridge, I think.
Yep.
If you ever find yourself in Indiana or Ohio again, go
I
to
guarantee
Skyline
you
Chili.
that I will
It
find myself in Ohio before Indiana.
Wait,
I will fucking drive through Canada.
you're gonna drive around Indiana to get to Ohio?
Never again.
I mean, I know
My-
it's flat and boring, but
Just like my dick.
All right, so hold on. Can we pause for a second?
Sure.
Ryan just watched most of the music video for Lifelight. He gave up. So Ryan, as an unbiased, not member of Insomniac, what did you think of the video and the song?
The video and the song is 2 separate things.
Sure, why not?
Sure.
Shit.
All right.
Be
The
honest.
video, I feel this is definitely gonna strike a nerve, but just like this, the body language and the positioning of the band members in the video reminds me a lot of the kids from the For All Those Sleeping video.
Yes.
Whoa!
Jesus Christ.
Shots fired.
Oh man!
Damn.
Okay, and the song?
The song I really liked.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's a
All
good
right.
song. I'm not gonna lie.
I was very
love that
happy
song.
with the music. It sounded a lot better than I expected based on all the shit you guys have talked about.
Right? I like the whole EP actually. I mean, that song's definitely the best.
It's solid.
Same. In Darkness is dope.
So I guess maybe I'll be the first to say that the rivalry isn't that real. I mean, it's kind of real, but like,
No,
We
don't
had-
do
we-
it.
the thing is,
keep
we-
the illusion.
you guys suck though.
we had so many plans
I
that
know.
never came through.
Yeah, we were gonna do a WWE style cage match for our last show. But you
well,
guys
what we thought was we could somehow, because Sam knew you guys were breaking up since probably since you told him or whatever. But the idea was convince you guys to not announce it, but announce a show in which we have a band-to-band battle like in Scott Pilgrim, and then whoever lost had to quit and break up.
You can't actually do that.
I wanted to do that at Brickfest.
That would have been great. If
Yeah.
only we could afford 2 stages.
I actually wanted to take it a step further and like really put up this entire illusion that the following Insomniac actually like hated each other. Like we'd both start talking like mad shit on social media, like make it look as like legit as possible. Then like start up a rumor that like like Sam and Clay got into a fight at a show and they both had to be escorted out.
Stage pictures.
Really hype up this rivalry and stuff. And then, announce a show where we're both playing together and be like, you know what? It's going to be a fucking battle of the bands between Insomniac and the Following, and whoever loses has to break up. And then,
obviously, you guys would lose.
we would rig it so that you guys would end up losing, and then you guys have to break up.
It wouldn't be rigged. Let's be honest. We'd win anyway.
Well, it's mostly because we don't actually know when to quit.
True.
It's true. I'm actually hoping we stay together long after our welcome has just dried up.
Yeah, like
I mean, that's what the
I want
Following
us
did.
to be just like the good bars.
that reminds me. I looked up. There was a band that Creed became after most of the members got stabbed and one of the other members quit.
Thank God.
They released an album in like 2013.
Wait, not Alter Bridge?
Alter Bridge released an album in 2013.
Oh, it is Alter Bridge. Okay.
Yeah.
You just finding out about
they-
Alter Bridge?
I guess.
Dude, they weren't that good.
The guitar, they're terrible, but the guitar work is incredible.
I turned on like one of the top songs on Spotify. I'm like, this is great. Then the vocals came in. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. The only good relieving factor of that is the guitar work.
Ben, you suck at butt rock.
Hey, I thought Weathered was a really cool album.
Who was the guitarist?
I don't know, but if he wrote whatever the
His
One
signature
Last
guitar is
Breath
garbage.
riff is, then-
It was Awesome Polarski.
All you have to know is that his signature PRS is really bad because it's got a huge baseball neck.
all right.
Have you heard Scott
Some
Stapp's
people like
solo
that
work?
though.
He has solo work?
No, why
Scott
would you
Stapp
listen to
has a
that?
Solo project. There's a song called "You Will Soar," and it's fantastic.
Is it?
Because there's one part where he says like keep your head way up in the clouds, but the way Scott Stapp says clouds is nothing like anyone else says. Clouds. It goes like way up in the clearords. And we played around with like a text to speech thing to try to see if we could get it to say it that way. And the only way was to put in like all the vowels and then put an R in the middle. It sounded exactly the same.
I'm really happy that style of singing is not really trendy anymore.
You know what? Fuck you, Varric. I'm starting my own grunge band,
Let's
and
bring
I'm
it
going
back.
to sing just like Eddie Vedder.
You gonna find it?
Anyways, the following, Shane, I have another question for you.
Yes.
While we have you here and while your band is still around, I wanted to get your opinion on a couple other bands that are in our local scene.
Yes, let's talk shit about more people.
Since I feel like we've done enough shit talking about you guys, let's collectively shit talk other bands.
Yay.
So Shane,
All right.
I want to ask, what are your honest thoughts on Villain of the Story?
Villain of the Story. I'll be honest. We didn't like those guys at first.
Yeah, why not?
It's just got real.
We kind of we played our first like 2 or 3 shows together, and that was when we were still taking it really, really seriously, and we low key kind of thought they were a B-rate version of us.
Ooh.
Well, isn't everybody in the local scene a B-rate version of somebody else?
We're the blog.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Aren't you guys all B-rate versions of We're the Blog? Let's be honest here.
Isn't We're the Blog a B-rated version of Attack Attack?
Something like that.
That
or
is fair.
and Attila mix. It's like they had a baby.
But we
bad
started
one.
playing a bunch of shows with them again after that, and they're like the coolest dudes in the scene. I don't
Dude.
care what anybody says. Those guys are awesome.
Logan is the nicest fucking dude in the world, and he can sing like a motherfucker.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had him over to do vocals once. Actually, twice, I think.
We had sex. It was
And
amazing.
then it was like, oh, thank goodness I don't have to auto-tune the heck out of these.
Christian Grey is kind of insane, but I love him all the same.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no, he's great.
I agree with his opinions.
I really like how on the event page for Brickfest, as a joke, I described the following as the next generation of crabcore, and you guys
And then we
totally
fucking
like.
opened with Stick Stickly. Fuck
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
You
great.
guys totally just embraced that. You have no idea how happy that made me.
I have to say, if Lifelight was like what the next generation of crabcore sounded like, I'd probably listen to it.
I wouldn't.
Should I just talk shit about all the bands in like my New York local scene?
You can.
Yeah. What's a
Dude,
what's a
totally.
shitty like metalcore band from New York?
Metalcore. I don't have friends in metalcore bands
Punk.
anymore because
Punk.
we're not 16.
Okay,
Now, what bands
a
are
band that
they
you know
in?
from New York that sucks.
Shattuck.
Shattuck. Fuck Shattuck, dude. Who's that?
It's like all right, so it's like this indie band that my friends were all in, and they didn't have a name for it when they were going to sign up for like a Battle of the Bands
And
talent
they
show
chose
thing.
Shattuck.
They chose Shattuck because it was the name
Terrible.
of this guy that worked. And I shouldn't tell this story.
Why? Because they're going to hear
Fuck
this.
from New York is gonna hear this.
All right, fine.
You started
it was the last name of this guy that worked in like the dining hall at our school. That was
Creepy?
It was described as like he didn't really know where like the cashier-customer relationship line was.
Oh,
Very well.
was he like
so they
creepy
just
with
were
the
like, whatever,
students?
let's just call it Shattuck. And then they played one show.
That's a badass
And then
name.
they just
then.
never changed it for like 4 years.
That's a badass name then.
Hey, I mean, we sort of did that. Sora Kajira. What kind of name is that?
Yeah, but were you named
Bad one.
after someone?
Yeah, actually. Well,
That's
we were,
awesome,
we were
then.
named
Perfect.
after the screen name on a forum of a professional yo-yoer.
That's awesome. That's
See, that's
way better.
totally
That's
badass.
great.
In our
Sure.
tentative names, Sugar Cubicle came up as well.
Sugar Cubicle was close.
We should really start Sugar Cubicle.
But Sugar Cubicle has to be like an indie band.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we'll just fuzz out the shit out of our guitars.
All right.
We're in Seattle. Why haven't we yet?
All right, so we're gonna start our new band with Ryan and Shane, fuck Insomniac, Sugar
Garbage.
Cubicle, all 6 of us.
Hell yeah.
And me and Vic will go off to do our own electronic duo thing.
Okay, I want to ask Shane a question now, because
Yes.
I want to for some reason. So, what is your opinions on every metalcore band from Minnesota going to Johnny and then sounding the same when they come back?
What's
I mean,
about,
I mean, let's be
Would you
let's
like
be
a
fair.
Band-Aid or
I was
some water?
involved. I was involved in that, so it's okay that I can say
You
that.
started it, Sam.
Oh, definitely.
We
Sam,
are
you
the
guys,
anti-mile.
you guys started it. You guys are the pioneers.
Yeah,
here.
it's all your fault, Sam.
I was the first one to
What's
go
up?
to Johnny and then come back sounding exactly
Yeah,
the same.
Johnny's my
Ryan,
best friend.
It's all you. Like, it's all your fault, man.
So yeah, all these bands sound the same. Should metalcore bands still go to Johnny?
Who cares?
Well, I feel
yeah.
like I feel
Honestly, like who gives a shit who records with who? It doesn't matter.
True.
You know, it's like all these people talk all this shit. Like every metalcore band sounds the same. Who cares? If you think it sounds the same, don't fucking listen to it.
no
you know
shit.
what also
Dude.
sounds a lot the same? Pop punk,
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
country, a
Yep.
lot of genres.
Yep.
I'm about it,
It's
dude.
like, I'm
Like-
sorry I don't play like melodic indie whatever.
Why aren't you
democore,
Infinite
whatever
Me,
the hell.
dude? You're not DIY enough, bro. Fuck you, dude. Okay, what are
You
your
don't
thoughts?
even-
What are your thoughts on Infinite Me? Fuck you.
You don't even play a fucking Fender DeVille. Get real.
I do too.
Hey, as long as we're bashing bands, can I say what a terrible choice it was for Villain of the Story to try and use not real amps at Brickfest? I
And
was
there
so
goes the
glad
podcast.
when the following brought out their half stacks.
Oh, you guys sounded infinitely better, for the record.
Infinitely Me.
Right. The PA system there was not good enough for vocals and like the rest of the band.
I would have
No,
given
not
them
at all.
2 of the amps that I had there.
Vocals and drums, it was cutting it close, but
Okay, Shane, what are your thoughts on the DIY house show scene?
Oh, God.
Like my
Pass.
Pass?
Oh, is it bad? Hey, dude, we're talking shit right now. It's okay.
I don't. You know.
Your tone isn't good enough, dude? Is that what it is?
You scared?
That's
Are
what I'm
these
hearing.
all different scenes. Like you
Yeah,
go to
dude.
house shows and it's just a totally different setup.
Oh
It's
yeah, dude.
100% different.
It's fucking
a
scary,
whole
dude. They don't
different
like
fucking
people.
ballgame.
They don't like anybody.
They don't like anybody, even
It's-
including themselves. That's the problem.
Dude, they pretend to be this ever inviting scene where everybody's welcome, but I swear to God, if you go to one of those shows, you're gonna be fucking outcast and in the
Dude,
corner.
I remember
if
going to
were-
a fucking
if I were
weathered
to go to a
show.
house show in Minnesota, everybody would stare at me, and everybody would, in their minds, very passive aggressively ask, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Yep.
Dude, Sam, you remember going to that weathered show?
Oh yeah.
I was like,
That's-
out of place. The only person that fucking talked to me was like Lucas, and that was like 5 words because he was out of his fucking
Yeah,
mind.
when I was in We're the Blog, I go to every show ever, but when I was in We're the Blog, I went to some DIY shows, and I've literally had people say out loud like, "Oh, how's We're the Blog? How's your breakdowns doing?" Like, what the fuck, dude? Fuck you, man. Like, how inviting can you be? And now I'm not in that band anymore, and I don't give a shit. And people still like they're not inviting to anybody, whether you want to be
No.
there or not. Like, fuck it.
you know what was kind of awesome though?
What?
Do you remember like back at and it was like 2009 to 2012 or something like that, where there was this big scene of bands, almost all metal, that was like, let's play at youth centers and be awesome.
Oh,
and
those
stuff.
great times,
Dude, Redbird Music
And, like,
Store.
And that was like a group of people that genuinely everybody was accepted for
Ben.
the most part.
Do you remember the
feel
Redbird
like-
Music Store?
I do remember the Red
Fucking just, it's a no-name like garage in Sioux Falls, and a
Sioux
bunch of bands would
Sioux
get there.
not in Sioux Falls.
Not in Sioux Falls?
Exact
St.
opposite
Croix.
way.
St. Croix.
St. Croix Falls.
Yeah. And it was just like a bunch of bands go into this goddamn musty garage. We had to build our own PA while we were there.
One time we
That's the
used
cool shit.
James's guitar amp as the vocal thing.
It rocked.
It was awful.
Dude, I mean, I love house shows and I love the idea of them, but like that DIY scene is like ruining it. Like Ryan used to put on house shows, right?
Yes, we had.
Was it cool as fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, from your stories, they sound fucking cool
Yeah,
as fuck.
we had a lot of people we didn't know show up, and a lot of them had like boobs, and it was really cool.
boobs?
See,
Yeah,
Boobs are
we
fucking
had
tight.
like way more girls than we could justify because we never made any effort to get girls to our parties.
Boobs are fucking
So-
the best.
Ben and I, when we were in Sorkajira,
Oh god.
we actually got invited to play.
Wait, when you were? I thought you still were.
No. James,
I mean-
James fucked that up. Sorry.
So,
Moving
James,
on.
continue your story.
Anyway, James.
So we played this fucking. It was okay. This girl was having a birthday in her house, and she's like,
Oh yeah.
"Oh yeah, you guys want to play a show?" I'm like, "Sure." And she's like, "Yeah, it's at my house in the middle of fucking nowhere."
Which we said yes to everything at
Yes.
that point.
It was like 25 miles out of Brainerd. We get there, the fucking house is packed. We draw the most people, and like, it was the best show. It was so fun.
That was like.
A kid broke his ankle at that show to us. It was amazing.
It was like the most DIY house show thing that didn't fit with any of the DIY house show values.
Like that was us playing tracks.
We had
through a
electronic
crappy
music,
PA.
and there was like a DJ and all sorts.
Ben,
of
you were
fun
the DJ.
stuff.
Get real.
Shh! Don't let them. I don't want people to know that.
So I have another question for Shane here.
What?
You still there, buddy?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What is your best and worst memory associated with playing in the following?
The best is
Oh, we started.
probably Warped Tour.
I knew you were gonna say that, bitch.
Well, it was our 6th show that we ever played, and it was Warped Tour.
I was there.
Even
I watched
even
it.
if
Pretty
like
good.
that, everything about that sucked, but it was
Except for
Warped
Adam
Tour.
Goal.
That's true.
Yeah,
Adam
that
Cole
is
was
true.
there.
That is true.
That was
cool.
the best.
I'm so jealous you got to play shows with Adam Gold in your band and we didn't.
I used to be in a band with Adam Goal, like all the time.
Isn't he beautiful?
What band?
One of my first bands ever was with Adam Goal.
Was it the one I'm thinking of right now?
What is the one that you were thinking of right now?
You guys had the Pumpkins. God, your fucking name in my phone was this forever. Started with an F. There was multiple words. Fucking, I don't remember.
No.
No, okay. It wasn't.
No.
You weren't in Auburn Road, were you?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah.
That sucks.
What kind of band is that?
It was a bad band.
They were okay. Like they were like a cautious farewell. Maybe a little bit better than a cautious farewell, obviously. But I just remember I didn't know any of these guys at the time, but I saw them at the Vault, and here's fucking Adam. For their stupid intro, like it was like music, and then it cut out, and he goes, "What up, everybody? We're Auburn Road. Let's get this." And I was like, "That's so awkward. Why are you screaming with no music? Like, why don't you just talk?"
Yep.
See, there was a
Jeez.
trend of that shit back in the day, though, because like 3 Signs You're Dead, which no one gives a fuck about, and they didn't exist. That's how the singer, he couldn't scream, but he'd be like, "What up? We are 3 Signs You're Dead. This song's gonna make you hungry." And then he's like, at the end of the song, it's over with. The song was bad. They were like, "That song was about spaghetti. This is the next song." I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck?
I'm really happy that's not the world we're living in now. Okay, Shane,
Auburn
worst
Road.
memory involved with playing the following.
Worst memory is when Mark quit
Why was that so bad?
because he's the coolest guy in our band and he wasn't in our band anymore.
Why did he quit?
Yeah.
Wait, he just
Mark
kind of
who?
like dropped. I don't know. Their old bassist.
Yeah,
I'm probing Mark who?
He quit because we wanted to get really, really serious with it, and he didn't really want to tour full time. And yeah, I mean,
So was the plan to tour full time?
oh yeah, the plan was to tour full time till about 2 to 3 months ago.
No.
Oh shit.
Essentially, right after we put out the new E EP.
That tends to be the case for some
Yeah.
reason. For all the sleeping, he's like, "Oh, we're breaking up. Here's an album."
Yeah, that's
Correlation.
These hearts, correlations.
The difference though was that For All Those Sleepings album right before they broke up was not very good.
no, it was really bad.
Yeah, I didn't like it. A lot of people, not a lot of people maybe, but I heard a lot of
10
people
people.
really like it, like the most out of all their stuff. I'm like I think
a
Drew
lot of
Bart-
people were just happy that it wasn't Outspoken.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Outspoken wasn't that great either.
None of
No,
their albums.
Outspoken
Fingers
was
was so
really
good.
bad.
Cross Fergus was
was the
not
best.
good.
Was
Jump
the following
Sam.
just or not the following? Was For All Those Sleeping just bad?
After they got signed, yes.
I really like Crush Your
as soon
Fingers.
as,
Crush Your
they
Fingers
got
rocked.
signed, they got really bad. But
Yeah.
when they were
No.
still a local band, they were the best.
They were fucking killer, dude.
yeah.
Cross Your Fingers rocked so good.
So maybe it's a good thing that the following was breaking up because you guys could have ended up being signed and then just put out shit albums forever.
That is true.
That could have been you guys.
Probably would have been.
You know, it probably would have.
Hey, we're managing that just fine, not being signed.
You know,
That's true.
I feel like we have to wrap this thing up, but can I just really quick give a shout out to Cody Crook for being the best fucking vocalist of all time?
Oh, hands down.
Dude,
Yeah.
fucking, when you guys did those tryouts and he was fucking trying out, I'm like, man, either he's going to get this and fucking blow it out of the water or he's not going to get it because he does too many drugs. And now look at him. He's doing fucking great.
Yeah.
Cody Crook, if you're listening to this, I'm extending the invitation for you to come and join Insomniac as the vocalist. I will willingly step down.
Me too.
And
I don't know
I
why.
might as well.
Yeah.
Same.
Just in
Just
solidarity with Sam.
Cody is Insomniac.
Cody and
Same.
Ryan. You're stepping out too? Fuck. Okay, Cody, just become Insomniac,
I have
please.
to ask you guys about this house show thing 'cause it's really throwing me off.
What?
You're saying anytime you went to a house show in Minnesota, people would like. How did you even find out about
Okay,
it? If no one wanted you there.
The thing is, it's not just like any house show because anybody can throw a house show. But like, there's a specific DIY scene who likes to live in these house shows, the specific venues
Right.
that are houses.
Like, they
There's a
actively avoid
specific-
getting big.
You're forgetting the big thing here. Is there's a specific person who does this to the DIY scene.
Is this Colby Moores we're talking about?
Oh god.
Pass.
This is how Insomniac became incredibly unpopular amongst everyone.
Whatever, dude. I don't think that guy likes me, but I fucking.
Our first show
Hooked
was
his
in
band
the
up a
No,
bunch.
Household
Sam.
House.
Sam. That guy doesn't like anybody.
Yeah, I don't know what his deal is, man. But
I
whatever.
don't-
But again, like, how do you find out about these shows?
Because they're all over online. They say they want people to come, and then you go, and then they just don't talk to you. They're not inviting. They're not.
Well, what if they didn't know you? Maybe then they'd be super inviting. But you just happened to be in We Are the Blog.
There was only like one person I ever told to leave, and it was because he got mad that people were moshing.
What?
Yeah, I'd kick him out.
He got
too.
No.
really upset.
The
And then
DIYs
but he didn't know it was my house, so he got in my face about it, and I was like, "This is my house. You could leave." And
See,
it was
I don't think they would ever ask
watch
anybody
or
to
you could
leave.
leave.
They wouldn't ask anybody to leave. It's not like that. It's like they're not very inviting, and they
Standoffish.
yeah, they're very cliquey, I guess.
I have a weird example for you guys.
Okay.
Are you guys familiar with that shit DIY bands say Twitter account?
A little.
Yeah,
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I've seen people retweet it.
So I was just kind of looking at that once, and I was looking at all the replies, and Colby just gets all offended. He gets all butthurt about it. That was so fucking funny,
Right?
Like how can you sit there as a person and as a musician and say, "Man, I'm so offended by this." If you're offended by someone who doesn't like your music or who doesn't like your scene, you shouldn't play music. End of story.
That's like who gets offended at satire? That'd be like some guy getting offended that Weird Al did White Nerdy because it's not.
Because
Rap.
quite honestly, the person who runs that Twitter account is probably in the DIY scene.
I mean,
Probably.
if you have that kind of knowledge to make fun of it, then yeah. I mean, because I'm almost positive. I mean, we do that to ourselves all the time, just as
Right.
Insomniac, tweeting terrible things about Insomniac.
Ooh, Chinese food's here. Let's wrap this shit up and just.
Yeah,
Okay,
Chinese food's here, so we
I have
gotta-
one last question for Shane before we sign off.
Okay.
Yo,
So, Shane, say I am I am nobody important and I want to start up my own metalcore type band. What sort of tips would you give to an up and coming metalcore band?
don't do it. No.
Are you saying to start a DIY post-rock band?
That
seems
if
to
you
be
want to start a
trendy right
metalcore band, just do it right. Unless you just want to play local shows forever. Basically, don't put out shows. Be really good at the internet and look like Out Came the Wolves.
That's
I
solid
can do
advice.
that. I can do that. All right. Well, thank you
All right.
very much, Shane, for being on the podcast and letting us talk shit about your band a lot.
Shouts out Ryan, who's getting Chinese food. Shouts out Colby. We don't actually hate you, kind of. You're really good at music, at least. Just don't hate me.
We really don't hate anybody in the scene, really. It's just
Yeah.
like,
I do, but whatever.
Well, yeah, you do.
Not to their face, because I'm fucking nice.
it's just fun roasting people, you know?
I mean, that's kind of why we're here.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to miss these little beefs that we've been having with each other. We're probably just going to tweet to the following's Twitter account once the band's like long gone, just being like, fuckers.
Remember those bitches? Yeah, fuck them. All right, what are we doing next week?
I think should we, since we didn't answer any of the Snapchat questions, should we plan that for next week?
Why not? Shane, what should we do next week?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
That's
It
right.
doesn't
listens
because
to
no
this
one
shit
listens.
It doesn't matter. See you next week, kids.
Do drugs.
That's great.